stage, Nathan Estrada.
And I have to preface this video because what I did that night was definitely one of the most honest and vulnerable things that I've ever done in my life. So it's not just something I want to throw at you. I have to give you a little information first. Behind me is the Southern Theater, which is where I did this performance that you're about to see. So I used to deliver pizzas downtown Minneapolis, and I would pass by this theater basically every night. And on the marquee sign, it would always say the same thing: Balls Cabaret every Saturday, midnight. I had no idea what that meant, but it drew me in. Eventually, I attended, and I was blown away. It was such a cool and open, safe space for artists to come and explore their talents, test out new things that they were doing. And it was anything from comedy, music, acting, all sorts of things. And so I wanted to do something because it felt like such a safe space. But at that point in my life, I was going through a lot of changes. I was writing kind of a lot. And so I wanted to just do something. But it took me a long time. It took me 5 years basically to get the courage to go out on a Saturday night and do that. So this is that performance from that night. I was very nervous. My mom was there filming, but yeah, I think I'm ready in my life to kind of share that vulnerability in who I was in my young 20s. So enjoy, and yeah. Saturday, June 16th. I've been 25 for 5 days. One of the things I've been wanting to do for a very, very long time, 5 years to be exact, is perform a piece of poetry at Balls Cabaret at the Southern Theater. Just driving and doing this, it's just not the smartest thing to do all the time. But I signed up last Wednesday. I just need to get off work in time, get there, probably print out, maybe change some clothes too. I'll be smelling like pizza.
You have stuff. Well, first, do you want the music stand?
You know, I'll just have it to have in front.
Okay, great. We get extra excited when someone hears for the first time. So, yay! Please welcome to the stage, Nathan Estrada.
I've been an audience member and fan here for 5 long years. Every Saturday night since I found out what this place was and did, I've wanted to perform. That's over 200 nights of Balls Cabaret that I've avoided being on stage. In the last 5 years, I've made plenty of excuses. It's too late, I don't have the right thing to say, or I'll just be too nervous under these lights. But here I am, and it's not so bad. But I wrote this before I came on stage, so I took a gamble with that line, but it seems to be all right. I push my simple fear of these bright lights and shy voice into the crowd. I've watched jugglers, I've heard music, hilarious comedians, and performers like myself who just haven't found their stride yet. But I owe them all and applaud them because at least they got up here. But I stand by my excuse of wanting to say the perfect thing. It's been a chaotic life from 20 to 25, and in 5 years I've done a lot of writing, finished a handful of poems, stories, and essays, and have even more that sit unfinished. None seem to quite fit the bill to read up here, so for 5 years, I guess I let it all build up. In 5 years, I failed out of school, thought my dreams to be pointless, reevaluated, and re-pursued an education. In 5 years, I've moved out and into my mom's basement twice. I've worked over 10 jobs and delivered thousands of pizzas. I started skateboarding less and I started drinking more. I became a runner over a pothead. I gained a lot of weight and I lost a lot of weight. I've taken many photos and hit the record button on my camera countless times to hold on to memories and moments as well as to create. I've thought about religion and how I grew up and was raised with none. And I've transcribed the word God to me, myself, I, you, and everyone and everything. And I realize how important it is to step barefoot in the green grass every morning. In 5 years, I've traveled to see my deported father countless times. I've had a beautiful niece and nephew be born.
and had close friends fade away and acquaintances become close friends. I met a girl and I fell in love. We grew together for 5 years and now we grow apart. But heartbreak beats being heartless, and I'm blessed to have the curse of feeling so much emotion. The word patience has been key to myself, but I could use a lot more hard work. In the last 5 years, I've hoped to win the lottery, yet I played maybe 5 times. I've gotten drunk, I've gotten a DWI, I've gotten high, and I've done drugs mother wouldn't approve of, even though I know they went up her nose at one time in her life too. I've lied, I've stolen, I've been beaten up and blacked out. I've been a depressed, wrecked mess at times, but I've always made it through the night. I've watched family and friends lose mothers, fathers, and brothers. I've seen crowds covered in black, tears, hugs, and mourning. I've seen a mother lose her son. And I've seen my best friend lie still in a casket surrounded by items that he loved and people who loved him even more. I've watched suicide destroy my friends and experience a pain, confusion, and regret that I cannot grasp or understand it. In 5 years, I've been through a lot, and I'm sure you all have too. I'm nowhere near who I used to be, but I'm also nowhere near who I'm going to be. I'm open to the fact that I remain undefined. I have ideas and plans for the future, but chaos is always around the corner, and I know my course will change. In this writing, there's a lot I've left out from these past 5 years, but it's more than I've shared with you in the last 5 years. So I signed up last Wednesday and chose to write something new, something honest, and something simple, and here I am. And in these last 5 years, I've also learned to understand that not everything is supposed to make sense, but in time, a clarity will come. This chaos is a part of life, and when it's smooth, you should enjoy it. But the ups and downs will always come back, and it's how and with who you handle it that defines who you are. So I look forward to the next 5 years and support and say cheers to the audience and performers to come. Cheers to your talent, your sweat and nervousness. Cheers to your impulsive courage and hesitant delay of performance. To your comedy, songs, and writing. Cheers to our faults, imperfections, and chaotic qualities that make us so unique. And cheers to these late nights just past midnight in this beautiful Southern Theater at Balls Cabaret.
So yeah, that was a lot. That was emotional. When I re-watched that a couple days ago, I cried. There was a lot of pain that I was going through at that moment. It was only a few months after one of my best friends had committed suicide, and I'm sure you can kind of put together all those kind of emotions that are going on. But it feels good to share that right now. And as I was kind of coming up with the idea to showcase my old writing in this new video, I did think about writing a new piece to share, like right now. And I did kind of start to write some things, but at the same time, this current 5-year period, it's still in progress. I'm 29, I'll be 30 next year. So maybe in a year from now, expect a follow-up. But I guess if I wait another 5 years to do that, maybe when I'm 35, I'll share that writing. We'll see. It's vulnerable stuff. One last bit of context, the Southern Theater, Balls Cabaret, it actually stopped happening because of the pandemic, like many things. And to my knowledge, it has not restarted. And I know it was a super strong community and something that the few people that did know about it really loved to go to. So I do hope that one day it reopens, because it was an incredible safe space. And if it did reopen, I would write something and go again. If it doesn't reopen, that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I was able to go there and make my mark at least once. So yeah. Thanks again for watching. And life's tough at times, but when you look back, it changes so much. Lifetimes happen in years. So to another 5 years and more chaos ahead.
Well, I did it. It's 2 in the morning. I'm home from Minneapolis, from the Southern Theater, from Balls Cabaret. I did it. I performed. You know, I felt a little shaky up there, but my mom came with last minute and she recorded me, and it looked pretty good. I made Leslie Ball cry, as well as my mom and this other comedian, so that's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. I almost didn't go, then I saw this meme, or I committed, I did it, I got in front of the lights, and I read what I wrote. Now I'm gonna eat some cold pizza and cooked pizza and go to bed.